Hello everyone and welcome back to the Iraqi Dinar News channel. Today we bring you a truly groundbreaking update that has sent shockwaves through global currency markets and currency investors worldwide. A secret, highly confidential memo, ALLEGEDLY, penned by the governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, has just been leaked. This note reveals that plans for a major revaluation of the Iraqi Dinar IQD are not only underway, but may now be confirmed. This revelation has electrified investors, financial institutions, and speculators alike. For years, the IQD has been a topic of speculation, but this leaked document could finally signal a real turning point. Stay tuned, because what we share today might change the future of the Iraqi dinar and potentially your investments forever. This leaked memo, verified by several trusted sources in top-tier banking and finance networks, has circulated quietly since July 18, 2025, gathering momentum with each passing day. It contains detailed technical language that hints at a coordinated plan between Iraq's central bank, international financial institutions, and governmental bodies. Terms like harmonized monetary mechanism, depegged rate recalibration, and Phase 3 implementation readiness strongly suggest that Iraq is on the verge of a major currency policy shift. The implications of such a move are enormous, not just for Iraq but for global currency markets and millions of holders of the Iraqi dinar worldwide. Historically, the Iraqi dinar was once one of the most stable and respected currencies in the Middle East, especially during the 1970s and 1980s when Iraq was a major oil exporter with significant geopolitical influence. But decades of conflict, economic sanctions, and political instability, especially following the Gulf War in 1991 and the 2003 invasion, severely devalued the currency. A dual exchange rate system emerged, creating a wide gap between the official and unofficial dinar values. This has caused confusion and uncertainty for investors who have waited for decades for a revaluation or return to a stable market-driven rate. Now, the leaked memo suggests that the CBI has moved beyond theory and is ready to act. The leaked document points out that Iraq has achieved Phase 3 readiness, indicating that all internal systems and technical infrastructure are in place to handle a revaluation. This means that Iraq's banking and monetary systems could support a new dinar value immediately after the political green light. Insiders say this readiness includes upgrades to digital banking platforms, enforcement of stricter KYC, know your customer rules, and new contractual clauses in Iraq's oil export agreements to accommodate currency valuation changes. These are not small details. They are key signs that the revaluation is imminent, and that Iraq is working closely with institutions like the IMF, U.S. Treasury, and its own Ministry of Finance. Financial markets are already responding. Over the past 3 days, Forex trading volumes for the IQD have surged by more than 3.4%. A clear indicator that institutional and retail traders are positioning themselves ahead of the revaluation. This is a classic market behavior before a currency shift, where liquidity tightens and demand increases. Banks in the United States and other countries are reportedly preparing their systems and compliance departments for a possible rollout. However, it is important to remember that the Central Bank of Iraq has not officially announced any rate changes yet. Patience and caution remain crucial to avoid rushing into scams or false information. This development is not only about the Iraqi dinar. The ripple effects could reach other currencies that have experienced long-term undervaluation, such as the Vietnamese dong VND and Zimbabwean dollar ZWL. Vietnam, which recently gained upper-middle income status from the World Bank, has been quietly strengthening its economy with robust exports and fiscal discipline. Speculation is growing that the State Bank of Vietnam might soon adjust its currency to better reflect its economic progress, possibly triggered by Iraq's lead. Swap volumes between VND and USD have recently tripled, signaling strong institutional interest. That could lead to a moderate currency appreciation in the coming months. Zimbabwe's situation is different but also noteworthy. The Zimbabwean dollar has a history of hyperinflation. Yet recent reforms and international assistance through the IMF have introduced stability efforts. Zimbabwe is testing a new gold-backed digital currency called ZWLD, combining blockchain technology with gold reserves to fight inflation and restore trust. If Iraq and Vietnam successfully revalue their currencies, Zimbabwe could gain momentum to fully launch the ZWLD, potentially transforming it into a respected regional currency in southern Africa. This reflects a broader global trend toward asset-backed and digital currencies that aim for greater stability and trustworthiness. Economists are watching closely. According to leading experts, Iraq now meets the typical criteria for currency revaluation: fiscal discipline, dominance in oil exports, and sovereign monetary policy control. The market no longer questions whether Iraq can handle such a change, but waits for official coordination between key global players. Analysts highlight that a confirmed revaluation would boost Iraq's standing on the global stage and encourage foreign investment, helping the country's long-term economic development. This move could mark a historic milestone, both economically and geopolitically, with Iraq emerging as a stronger regional and international financial actor. However, experts and insiders also caution about the risks of misinformation and scams that often accompany speculative currency cycles. It is vital for currency holders not to rush into exchanging or selling their dinar holdings until official announcements are made. The Central Bank of Iraq, the Iraqi Gazette, and major international financial institutions remain the only trustworthy sources for confirmed updates. Individuals should avoid third-party offers or unofficial redemption deals claiming preferential rates. Such schemes are common during times of uncertainty and can cause significant financial loss. Tax implications also deserve attention. Any gains from a revaluation might be treated differently by tax authorities, depending on how the currency was acquired and how the IRS interprets foreign currency income. Investors should consult with certified accountants experienced in international currency matters to ensure compliance and avoid unexpected tax bills. Proper documentation of currency purchases, valid IDs, and bank details should be prepared in advance. Being ready is crucial, but acting only after official confirmation will protect you from risks and scams. As for the timeline, experts expect a phased rollout. Within a week, limited private exchanges might begin, primarily for institutional clients and major players under strict confidentiality agreements. This would test the systems and liquidity before the general public can participate. Official announcements might appear between 7 and 14 days after, with news in the Iraqi Gazette and CBI channels. Banks worldwide, especially in the U.S., could start scheduling appointments for currency redemptions between days 14 and 30, prioritizing high net worth and institutional investors first. A full public rollout and integration into global forex markets would follow after day 30, assuming no delays. Of course, this timeline depends on many factors, including political stability within Iraq, coordination with the IMF, and international diplomatic efforts. Any disruption could delay the rollout until late 2025 or even beyond. During such periods, market volatility and rumors might increase, making it more important than ever to rely on official information. Investors should be prepared for some uncertainty but avoid panic reactions. Monitoring updates from major banks like Chase, Wells Fargo, and PNC can offer early indicators about the process. Ultimately, the leaked note from Iraq's central bank governor might be the most important signal in the dinar community since the early 2000s. It ends decades of waiting and speculation, turning the discussion into a tangible, near-future reality. The coming weeks could mark a defining moment for the Iraqi dinar, Iraq's economy, and even the broader global currency system. Whether this is a genuine shift or a strategic leak to gauge market reaction, the world is watching closely. We urge everyone holding or interested in the Iraqi dinar and related currencies to stay calm, stay informed, and avoid rushed decisions. This is a time for careful preparation, not speculation. We will continue to monitor this developing story and bring you the latest verified updates as they happen. If this revaluation proceeds, it could redefine not only Iraq's financial future, but also reshape emerging market currency dynamics globally. Thank you for watching Iraqi Dinar News, and stay tuned for more breaking updates.